Has Putin's escalating fury with Zelensky now genuinely spilled over into NATO's eastern flank, as a stray drone crossing into Romanian airspace raises fresh alarm across the alliance? With a Shahed-type drone now confirmed to have entered NATO airspace directly, is Putin deliberately testing the alliance's nerves to see just how far he can push without triggering a wider response? Did Italian and Romanian fighter jets really have to scramble together as NATO's entire eastern flank went on high war alert following this dangerous airspace incursion? Could this explosive-laden drone spotted over Romania represent Putin's deadliest warning yet to NATO, signaling that the war's boundaries are no longer as fixed as they once seemed? As Zelensky continues striking deep inside Russian territory, is NATO itself now at risk of paying an unintended price for Ukraine's expanding long-range campaign? The ongoing Russia-Ukraine war appeared to be spilling ever closer to NATO's own borders, according to multiple fresh reports from the region. On July 24th, a Romanian F-16 fighter jet shot down a drone for the very first time during an actual airspace incursion into NATO territory. Romania's defense ministry confirmed that the drone was ultimately downed near the town of Padina, located within Buzău County. Romanian radars had first detected the incoming aircraft roughly 20 kilometers off the Black Sea coast before it crossed into national airspace. Fragments from the destroyed drone ultimately landed in a nearby wheat field, fortunately without causing any casualties or significant damage. According to Reuters, Romania scrambled a total of 2 F-16 fighter jets alongside 2 Italian Eurofighter Typhoons in response to the incursion.
Today's successful action was the result of cooperation between the Romanian Air Force and the Italian Air Forces deployed in Romania for the enhanced air policing mission. The aerial target was discovered outside national airspace, permanently tracked along the entire trajectory by the radars of the combat service and air policing. Also, from the entry into national airspace, it was constantly accompanied by aircraft from the combat service, on the first part of the trajectory by Italian Eurofighter jets and on the last part of the trajectory by Romanian F-16 jets. The decision to engage was taken in due time. On the target's trajectory, the consequences were permanently managed and the optimal moment was chosen to shoot it down.
Visually, the pilots reported to us at the time that it was a Shahed-type, or Geran-2 as you would classify it. I repeat, when we have all the technical details, we will give you the answers to this question. To speculate whether it was carrying explosives or not is also very difficult. From military experience, I can tell you that as it was not a research or surveillance drone of a Gerber type, in the vast majority of situations this type of drone carried explosive loads on board.
Notably, Romania has already reported multiple similar airspace breaches ever since the Ukraine war first began, though this marked its first actual shootdown. This incident unfolded on the same day that Russia and Ukraine were already trading major strikes against each other on Friday, July 24th. On July 24th, Ukraine struck a major Russian defense factory located in Kyiv, using its own domestically developed Flamingo cruise missile to carry out the attack. According to the Kyiv Independent, Kyiv lies approximately 1,200 kilometers away from Ukrainian-controlled territory, underscoring just how far the strike actually reached. Reports confirmed that this particular strike specifically targeted the Avatech military production facility located within the city. Kyiv's regional governor, Alexander Sokolov, confirmed that 6 factory workers were killed as a direct result of this attack. Sokolov added that another 26 people were injured in the strike before emergency crews managed to bring the resulting fire under control. The Kyiv Independent reported that this targeted factory actually belongs to Almazanty, one of Russia's largest and most significant defense manufacturing giants. Avatech is known for manufacturing air defense missiles alongside critical parts used in Russian aircraft and various broader missile systems. This same facility also builds launchers specifically used for Russia's Iskander, Yars and Topol missile systems, making it a genuinely high-value strategic target. Ukrainian drones also targeted Wildberries logistics hubs located in both St. Petersburg and Tver during this same coordinated wave of strikes. Fires were subsequently reported breaking out at Wildberries sites in both Shushary and Novosaratovka following these targeted drone strikes. Wildberries confirmed that operations at its St. Petersburg logistics centers had to be temporarily suspended as a direct result of the damage. Notably, Wildberries facilities have now faced a full 5 days of Ukrainian attacks within just a single week, showing a clear pattern of sustained targeting. Around 50 flights were delayed at St. Petersburg's Pulkovo airport as a direct consequence of the disruption caused during this attack. These strikes come as Kyiv continues pushing its long-range missile and drone campaign even deeper inside Russian territory than before. Meanwhile, a Russian ballistic missile struck an arms exhibition being held near Kyiv on that very same day, July 24. Prosecutor General Ruslan Kravchenko confirmed that 10 people died in this strike, while more than 100 others were left injured. Ukraine's Defense Industry Council confirmed that numerous industry representatives had been present at the exhibition location when the missile struck. Air raid sirens had sounded shortly before Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko publicly reported hearing explosions across the capital. This attack came at a moment when Ukraine's newly appointed army chief had already been actively increasing tensions between Moscow and Kyiv. Ukraine's newly appointed Commander-in-Chief Mikhail Drapetyi said Russia has no right to exist. The remarks come from an interview recorded in 2023 that has only now been made public, according to RT. Mikhail Drapetyi said, and I quote, "We see that you cannot call them neighbors. It is a nation, together with its leadership, that has no right to exist. Over thousands of years, nothing has changed there in civilizational terms, neither its mentality nor its imperial ambitions. That is why the population there lacks a Ukrainian national consciousness. That's my opinion. It seems that too little attention was paid there to Ukrainization." Unquote. Drapetyi also made controversial remarks about residents of Donetsk and Luhansk. He claimed the regions had long been dominated by settlers and criminal elements. The Ukrainian commander argued that many people in Donbass lacked a Ukrainian national identity. He also claimed that too little Ukrainization had taken place across the region. According to Drapetyi, many residents simply did not care which country they belonged to. He further argued that dependence on state support had shaped attitudes across Donbass. Russia's foreign ministry condemned Drapetyi's remarks, calling them openly neo-Nazi. Moscow says Kyiv has long discriminated against Russian-speaking communities. Russian officials argue Ukraine's language and cultural policies are erasing Russian identity. The Kremlin continues to cite the treatment of Russian speakers as one of the reasons behind the conflict. Mikhail Drapetyi first rose to prominence during Ukraine's military campaign in Donetsk and Luhansk in 2014. He was appointed commander-in-chief after President Zelensky removed Oleksandr Syrsky. The leadership overhaul followed nationwide protests after the dismissal of former defense minister Mikhailo Fedorov.